Hi, it's Miss Elizondo, and this video is to help you for week 2 in your science class. So we're going to make sure that you have your science notebook up to date. I know we've been having internet issues and it's been logging you out. So I want to make sure that your science notebook is up to date. So I'm going to show you my science notebook, okay? Here, I'm going to use my first period class. It doesn't matter what class you're in as long as you have what first period has. If you don't have what they have, then you need to make sure that your notebook is up to date. That would be your homework, okay? Just because we have a lab on Thursday and I want to make sure that your notebook is set up and ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my notebook, and for sure it is my science notebook. I don't want to be working in my math, okay, or my reading. I have my vocabulary words from last week, my safety rules. I have my lab tools on how to measure matter. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that you see that this has a title of matter. Okay. They also have collecting net, hand lens, camera, microscope, measuring tape, timer, thermometer, double pan balance, triple beam balance, spring scale, and a ruler or meter stick. Okay, we need to know those tools because we're going to be measuring matter. Okay, so I'm going to turn the page. Okay, on the next page, on the right side, I should have the vocabulary words that I have in my syllabus. Okay, the title is Physical Properties of Matter. And the first word I have is matter. I drew 3 little pictures of what matter is, and it's anything that has mass and takes up space. Okay, so I drew my picture frame, a chair, and my basket. All of those things are matter because they have mass and take up space. The next thing I drew is a graduated cylinder. I drew the science tool, which is this one. Okay, or you're using the camera, this is what it looks like. Okay, because this tool measures volume. So I drew the graduated cylinder. And all we're doing with volume, it's how much space or the amount of space matter takes up. So if you're using a graduated cylinder, it's going to measure in milliliters. Okay. The next word is temperature. I drew cloudy day or a sunny day, a thermometer, and it's the measure of heat. Okay. Relative density. I drew a beaker with a rock sinking and a feather floating in water. If the feather floats, the rock sinks. That is relative density. How are they all related in the water? Some will sink or some will float. The next word is liquid. I drew the ocean waves, a drop of water, a pond, spilling water on the floor, takes the shape of a container. So if I spill the water on the floor, it's going to take the shape of the floor. Okay. And my molecules of liquid are kind of sliding past each other. The next one is gas. I drew 3 bubbles. Gas has no shape and the molecules are going everywhere. Okay. Then I drew 2 cubes for the solid. It has a definite shape and the particles are tightly packed. Look at the difference between the particles of the solid, the particles of the gas, and the particles of the liquid. They're moving differently. Gas particles are going crazy. Liquid, not as crazy as a gas, and the solids are behaving themselves. They're tightly packed. Okay. The next word is solubility. If it dissolves in water, it has solubility, just like in your lemonade. Okay. Then we have, is matter a conductor or an insulator? Okay. And I drew a wire and the metal sticking out of that wire. Okay. The arrow is pointing to the metal part because that's the conductor. If you touch that wire, you're going to get electrocuted. Okay, that means it allows heat to go through, or it allows energy to go through. So that's why you feel the zap. Okay, or if you don't feel the zap or the electrocution, you have an insulator, which is the plastic rubber part of the wire. That's like a precaution so that you don't feel the energy. So it does not let heat or energy to go through. Okay. So these are your vocabulary words for this week. And we're going to be practicing them over and over again. But I want you to see the left side. So I have my vocabulary words here, and then I have the left side. Okay. What I did is I picked a picture, one picture from my Fusion book. So this is my Fusion book. Okay. It has the crab on it. That's where I got my picture. Now, if you want to know where I got this particular picture, okay, it is on my syllabus. So if I look at my syllabus, I can look on pages 107, 108, 109, 111, 113, and 115. I can pick any one picture from there. I'm going to cut it out, glue it, and I'm going to put the title, Analyze Pictures. When I analyze pictures, I am breaking it apart, and then I'm going to study the parts. So I took this picture and I labeled it. This is sandpaper. This is a vase. Sandpaper is rough. A vase is smooth. What else about these things in your picture? Well, the sandpaper is rough, it's brown, it burns. Okay. What about the vase? It's smooth, it breaks, it's blue, it holds flowers, and it can hold water and flowers too. Okay. And it doesn't matter which picture you pick or describe, your green sentence right here describes every picture, any picture you selected from your Fusion book. Okay. It's either on page 107, 108, 109, 111, 113, or 115. You pick one picture, cut it out. But this sentence pertains to every picture. The picture indicates that matter can be classified based on physical properties. Okay. So I can use this sentence with any picture. Okay. So you can copy this, but you can't copy this unless you pick this picture for yourself, but you don't have to. You can pick a picture that you want. Okay. And this is on the left side, right next to your words that say matter, volume, temperature. Okay. Then I'm going to turn the page. Okay. This is my vocabulary words. I'm going to turn the page. And this is where I started folding my pages. Okay. In first period, I didn't finish folding. So I'm going to fold this again because I am creating a data table for my science lab. Here's my physical properties lab. And then I'm going to make sure I divide this page in half. So I just counted 12 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I drew my purple line with my marker. Then I'm going to outline the fold or trace the fold lines all the way to the half of the page. Okay, half the page, 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 and one more half the page. So now you see that your data table is coming along. I'm going to do a horizontal line after skipping 2 lines. I'm going to underline my title. Okay. Now you see it coming along. Okay. So I have a line under my title. I skipped 2 lines and then I drew another line because this is going to hold my information for tomorrow. Okay. So if you're up to date with this science notebook and you're live with me tomorrow, you're going to have all this filled out. Okay. But if you don't, I'm going to have another video showing what the results are of your experiment. And I don't want to do that right now. Okay. Because I want you to discover the lab on your own or with me live tomorrow on Thursday. Okay, so I hope this helps. If I turn the page, I have nothing anymore. That's for next week. So this is your lab. These are your vocabulary words. The one picture you picked from either page 107, 108, 109, 111, 113, 115. Okay, I described it. And then these are my tools. Okay, so this is a video to help you keep your science notebook up to date. Thank you very much.